Hey, what's going on, Nightwatch crew? This is your boy, Jolly Green, coming at you from the studio.
Congratulations, you just opened your first episode.
I know, I did too.
This is crazy.
In a secluded location of, what do we call it?
It's Outpost 3.
Outpost 3.
Outpost 2.
Oh.
It's 3. Come on.
Your place, no, your place was Fort Operating Base 1. FOB 1. This is Outpost 2.
You know, next time we're going to do this in a tent in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, man. I mean, we've had plans on that. We talk, maybe not necessarily
not a tent, but definitely a
I can haul this thing out of the middle of nowhere.
You go right ahead.
You don't like camping?
I love camping.
I've never been camping. I'd love to. I love nature. Love the whole idea of that. I'd love to go hiking, even though I'm
You said it all right there, the idea of it. You've already explained yourself.
I'm a cool 360 pounds. Might not like walking so much, but I really, in the idea of it, like, you know what I mean? I would really...
Walking over uneven ground between twigs, potholes, grub holes, and groundhog holes.
You couldn't make it through a Target parking lot.
When I was like 200 pounds less, and maybe like...
You roll those weak ankles right away.
Oh, no, don't say that. And then 10 years younger, I loved going outside. You know, I still love going outside. I don't get out as much as I do, but I love going outside. Just out in the woods, walking around. I love nature.
Camping is actually a really excellent part to start up on a topic with coping with mental health. So
how do you want to broach this, or are we just going broad term mental health?
Well, so first off, and just to avoid any confusion, hey there, Midnighters and Moonlighters. This is your closer-in-chief with the Nightwatch Services crew.
You soiled it.
Soiled it.
But we're here with Big Smoke.
Hey.
Jolly Green.
Hello.
And Tech.
Hello.
Don't worry, we'll keep that in as the little first 60-second teaser that everybody gets to hear.
And it's just because he wasn't happy with it.
Well, I just don't want to throw people off, you know. We're trying to build up. You get people comfortable with repetition.
Do we still have the outro music?
Yeah, we still have the outro music. Okay. Have you not finished an episode?
Not in a while. I'll be honest.
Yeah, we still got intro music, outro music. It's all there.
I don't know, man.
But but mental health stuff, coping with mental health, what's healthy for you to do before you go jumping into medication, or
quick PSA, none of us have any real authority on that.
Oh yeah, none of us are psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, any kind of training whatsoever, other than our local
our base opinions,
psychology experts.
Half of our therapists are just 1 year out of fucking college anyway, doing intern fucking therapy work. Woosah. This is going to be a hard one to get through. Go ahead.
Well, so, I'd say at least a majority of the room here, I don't know about you, Big Smoke, but a majority of the table here has dealt with and is consistently dealing with depression issues, anxiety issues. Kind of a generational thing.
I wouldn't really go as far as to say it's generational.
You don't think?
I think if we were going to explore it being the aspect of it being generational, it's due to how the previous the generation that preceded us raised us.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because for me and my family, it's very taboo of a subject to speak on your mental health.
Yeah.
Yes.
Given the family history that I have.
I would say the same thing. It is more common to be like, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Back in the day, no. You're stoic. You keep that to yourself. You deal with that. That's you as a person. You deal with that. My mom's the same way. You know. I go, I don't feel good today. I don't want to go to work. I'm not feeling it, Mom. And she's like, you don't fucking think I don't want to go to work? You don't think I'm nervous right now? You get through it. And she don't talk about it. You know what I mean? She does not talk about it. You know what I mean? So I think it's more taboo back in the day to talk about it. You just handle yourself as a man or a woman. And nowadays it's more open. Be more open, which 50-50. There's some people that...
It's making the kids soft.
That's what I said, 50-50. Now, if you're going to the point where you really feel like you need to off yourself and talking to somebody will help, please do that. Please, folks, do that. But there's also people that just want to ride that hard. You know,
Is it for the pity, you mean, or
a pity,
They want
or
the
just to get
attention.
more
Attention,
attention,
I was
or
gonna
just
say.
to get something out of it, or you know what I mean?
They're not really ready to solve anything.
No,
They just want you. They just want people to know that they're not in a good way, and they want all that pity vibes. You know, you got this, baby. You got this. You can do this. Come on, you can slay, queen. It's all right. We don't judge. We just love. That's it.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Well, what about you, Big Smoke? You're from the previous generation, good old Gen X.
He's got first-hand account of how I feel about that shit. Hey, can you do this for me? Motherfucker, you broke. You need to go to fucking work. Go to work. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. It's going to hurt. Suck that shit in. Go to work. Go to work. I don't care what the fuck it is. Go to work. Well, I'm sick. I don't give a fuck if you're sick. Go to work sick.
I mean, it is,
All your
you
heart's
very much
broken.
are being the poster child to what I just said.
I had an image of the tear going down your face, and then going like, "Suck it up," and you going like, sucking it back.
What was that off of? That was from
I cannot
something.
remember. I know it's off of something. Sponge.
I can almost. I mean, that's the first place my mind went
And
to.
then,
too.
and then the next thing he does,
I was about to say it, but you can.
the next thing he does, he sends his partner over to call me, and she's like, "Hey, can you work for what? Oh, damn it!
Wow, that's a first for you.
That's one.
Wow.
Admonishment.
The comfy chair.
Holy moly!
For
I
you,
get-
Big Smoke.
I get my comfy chair moment. Nah, she calls over and says, "Hey, can you work for him?" I'm like, "Why the fuck are you calling me for him?"
You know, I
For
thought.
one, I'm already working for him because somebody else called me to work for him.
Which,
But why are you calling me? Hey, you better tell that motherfucker not to call, not to tab his woman to come call me. I don't fall for that, just because you got a vagina.
Which we talked, I won't do that again. But in my head, I was thinking, what better than a grizzled, fat slob like me coming to ask him than a beautiful woman? You know what I mean? Maybe you'd get a better response.
Big Smoke doesn't do sympathy. Or
When we
softness.
was talking about that, we said, he was like, "Don't do that again. Like, that's unmanly." You know what I mean? I was like, I know, I should have done that. And he was like, I'll tell you no. I'd have told fucking her no. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter.
If I had already told somebody else,
I told both of you no. Yeah.
If I hadn't already agreed, I was like,
Come on, man, do it for Marcus. Fuck Marcus. Do it for me.
I
Fuck
just
you.
saved that today. I just saved that meme for something today.
It's a good one. Yeah, it's a good
that's
one.
for me, it's my dad. My dad, when I was growing up, remember
We're going back another generation.
Yeah, for example, when I got dumped by my very first girlfriend, she dumped me for another guy, and I was like, I'm like 14. I'm like, man, this pop, this sucks. Out of nowhere came the pimp hand. I'm like, whoa. Be a man.
Was this the same one? Was this the same one that was kind of like for the streets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember that story.
Yeah.
I do remember that story. Yeah, and
We all remember that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When he smacked you, was that the ring hand or the non-ring hand?
So it was the right hand. So it was the right hand. But I mean, on that hand, he had like the football knuckle ring.
The class
I was gonna say
ring,
the class ring. Yeah.
And he had the skull and crossbone ring. And, so yeah, I got it pretty good. And he was basically saying, "Yeah, be a man.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt." He goes, look, she did you a favor. She dumped you before you like really found out. She just basically kicked you to the curb. Yeah. You weren't like thinking you were in bliss, and then all of a sudden, this ended. Now she told you why. So,
or before you ended up stuck with child support.
yeah, so he's like, little Johnny really isn't yours. Like,
So many of those fucking stories.
yeah. So he like, and he told me, quit being a punk.
Could be a little bitch.
Yeah, my older brother, he, quit being a punk. My uncle, quit being a punk.
Like, well, shit, of all the men in my life.
Yeah, then my godfather was like, "Why are you being a punk?" I was like, so yeah, all the men in my life was like,
heard some shit.
Yeah,
You're being a punk.
Yeah, basically like, hey, be a man. You need to get yourself under the heels. Get yourself under another girl. I'm like, geez, I'm 14. My dad's telling me, you need to fuck more bitches. That's how the men in my generation saw that problem. You just need to get back on the horse.
You know, I don't think I ever really got into the conversation after any breakups with my dad.
You never asked for any kind of advice?
Well, you also had
my mom usually would talk to me about it.
You also had the ability to talk to us as well.
So that was my next point. Was I had the boys backing me up, but every single one of them told me the same thing.
Yeah.
This is why we don't love these hoes.
Problem is,
or what stays in the trash stays in the trash.
Yeah, you know, the village bicycle, that was the bicycle thing for us. But when my buddy, my very best friend, he was with me through it all, and he was telling me, and I was like, you know, I could ignore him. But when my dad looks over me and gives me the back of his hand, I can't ignore that. No, it's different when your peers, you know, give you like advice that you can readily accept or ignore.
Yeah.
But your elders, nah, there's no ignoring them. Like everything my brother, my uncles, or especially my dad or my godfather told me, that was doctrine.
Well, you listen to your forebears is what it is.
Yeah.
Respect your elders, respect your parents.
You know, but I went to the men. I didn't go to the women in my group.
Well, we're all learning why that's a good thing. Nowadays, as a society, we're quickly realizing that whenever you start having, you know, women, especially women telling other women how to behave and how to act and everything, you know, you have all these women that are listening to their single friends on why their relationship is failing. Don't do that. Don't do that. No.
Yeah.
I have experience with that one, like I said, just recently. And I seen what was it where you can look up anything on the internet, and you know, I'd pull something up and be like, you know, here, you know, you got to fight for it. If you love it and you want it, you got to fight for it. Well, she pulls someone up and it's like, get yours, bitch. Fuck him. You know what I mean? Go to the street. And I'm like, you can find anything you want. And I love that. It's like you said, well, I need some advice. I'm going to go to this, as you know, because you say it all the time, your whore friend that sleeps around can't keep a boy. I've heard so many stories, can't keep a dude down to save her life. And then when she does, she picks the wrong people that want to fuck her around and then wants to get advice from her. No wonder you're fucking up. No wonder you're, you know. Yeah.
Mental health.
Mental health.
Rule 1, don't listen to women.
I was going to say that stems from women. Mental health.
Oh my God. My nemesis is going to have a hard time.
There goes the 1.2% of our demographic.
Right? I can't wait for her to get this one. Whoa. No, I mean, mental health. I can't look. I'm divorced, and I am much happier now than I was, I'll say, 6 years after my divorce. I mean, right after my divorce, I was doomed.
Well, better question though for you, because we were talking about before about the advice we were getting from our elders.
Yeah.
The advice you gave your daughters when they would come to you with problems. Well, how did you handle it? Like your dad handled it with you and smack him around, or how did you handle it?
Okay, the very first time my daughter came to me and said that her and her boyfriend were having problems, and I was like, okay, you're gonna have to define what problems is. And she says, well, he wants to have sex and I don't. Okay, then don't have sex. Okay, I'm not a fool. You're 16. It's gonna happen. But if you feel coerced in any kind of way, don't do it. And if it becomes a problem, I'll talk to his dad. Me and dad will talk about it. And if I got to talk to his dad, then you two are breaking up. That's just the way that is. So that's what we're going to do. My advice right now, and when I say advice, this means this is going to happen. You two don't see each other after school for 2 months.
When you said she came to you, was it a problem? In your head was, it's two situations. Is it a problem where I go into the closet and grab something? Or is it a problem where we sit down and we talk?
Yeah, and, you know, and like I said, you know, and it wasn't one of those kind of things where she could, you know, lie or ignore me because I freaking follow tracked her phone. So wherever she went, I could just look at my phone and find out where she was. I found out the hard way because one time I did that and didn't tell her. She was at his house and saying that she was at home. And here I'm at work going, hey, where you at? Well, I'm at home. Really? Because that doesn't look like the house that I am paying mortgages on. So, last chance, where are you? Oh, I'm at such and such's house. do whatever you got to do to get your ass home in the next 30 seconds, because I'm going to be at home in 31 seconds, and we're going to have a talk.
That's why she's gonna pull the. You be outside. I'm gonna be in front of that house in like 5 minutes.
No, and I'm driving up to. Funny thing, I'm driving up to my driveway, and he's dropping her off. And then, like, as I'm driving into the driveway, he's looking at me like, "Oh shit!" He's driving like
trying to duck down real low underneath the window.
Oh damn, he's here! He's here! She's running into the house. Yeah, she was grounded. Yeah.
So, would you say that your kids felt comfortable coming to you with other mental health problems, not just relationship problems, but like if they were feeling down about something or anything like that, or would you say your ex-wife was the one who handled most of those kinds of talks with them?
Unfortunately, my kids have a lot of my DNA in them, so they were incredibly secretive. It wasn't until things were just about to blow up that they went, "Oh, lifeline. Dad,
pressing the light
I'm drowning right now.
Yeah, Dad, I'm drowning. Save me." They never did the prevention part. The things to do not to get in trouble.
God, why does that sound so familiar?
They did think, "Oh crap, I think I've crossed the line. I better confess before it breaks out."
Well, I mean, because I can say, I don't know about you two, Tech and Jolly, but like I know for me, I've been in a lot of situations where it's like, okay, water's getting a little deep here, but I'm still treading water. So I'm getting a little high. My feet are starting to slip, but I'm still staying above water. Keep my head up, keep my chin up, and I can get out of this. I don't need help. I can get out. Fuck, I need help, and that's when I call for help. Yeah. And by that point, it's more expensive to fix whatever the problem is, or it's going to take more time or more effort.
Probably the mid ground. You know what I mean? You're not too far underneath. Your chin ain't going underwater, but you're going down quick. You know what I mean? I don't.
Is that when you call for help?
That's when I call for help. Yeah, I don't let it get dire.
Oh, anymore. Mine's. It just depends on. Do I feel like hearing about it in the next 6 months? Do I need to constantly be reminded that I needed help with something?
Well, you're in a unique perspective because you're a stepdad.
Oh yeah.
So do they hit you with "you're not my dad" kind of crap?
Oh no, not at all.
Oh God, I've never heard that one before.
Like the first time that I've walked into my son's room while he's playing with somebody online, he'll mute his headset and then he'll unmute and you go, "Hold on, I'm talking to my dad." Like the first time that I stood there for a second, I was like, okay, like
heart just grew 3 sizes.
It was interesting. Now my daughter, on the other hand, I will be probably more. I'll probably have a heart attack.
She calls you dad.
Oh, 100%, because we're only 6 years apart in age.
Okay, yeah.
So like for another adult to come to you for that. Like recognition in my eyes would be something.
I see that.
6 years, huh?
I mean, she's 26.
His SO's older by, was it 9 years?
Huh?
She's what?
10
years older than
yeah.
Man, you got Cougarette syndrome too?
I don't know. That's why I was sitting here like, 2 years.
This changes things. Whoa.
Yeah.
Well, at this rate, it kind of has to be that way. I mean, most of the women in our generation and younger are just...
I've said it for a long time. I have no interest in playing these stupid-ass games that Jolly's generation wants to give out. No offense to you.
No.
Nor do I feel like dealing with the broken bullshit that our generation has to offer, Chief. And to be honest, your generation, Big Smoke, is the one that knows what the fuck they want and what they want to do.
And as the generations go on, it gets worse.
Oh, yes.
And worse and worse.
Like, I remember the first time my son had his first heartbreak. It was at a formal band event. Like, it was the first time he was able to go to one of these, and that's when she did it. So, like, he had to stay at the entire event and try to be okay. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And when I picked him up, like, he was like, "Can we just go?" And I was like, and I told him, and this is the hardest thing that I've ever had to tell him. I said, "I know it sucks right now, but remember that pain and let it build for you. Don't feed into it." I was like, "It will be fine. Give it a couple of days.
Let it be the dust that becomes the pearl in the oyster."
My first heartbreak was at a party, and I went to her party, brought her gifts and everything else, and halfway through, hit me with that,
Yeah.
I don't want to be with you no more. And I was like, oh. And then you had to stay, which you didn't have to. And I cut out early, you know what I mean? A little early. But I stayed for a good portion of it, you know what I mean? And that sucks.
I think I've always been the one to end things on my half of it.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're not a control freak, but you definitely like to be.
Oh, I like to make that finality.
Yeah, you made the choice.
Yeah.
I think the worst one I had was mid shift, which don't date your coworkers.
A lesson that you have yet to completely learn, it seems.
Mid shift.
I said completely.
That's funny.
Mid-shift.
Mid-shift. Gotta stay and wait out. Can't leave.
Seriously, it was like her shift was done at 9:00. My shift, I was closing that night, so I was there for another few hours. 3 hours before the end of her shift, she decides to end things.
Why couldn't you just do it at the end of your?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But 3 hours. So 6:00, she breaks up with me. I'm stuck with her until 9:00, dealing with the fact that she's standing right there, having just broken my heart. And then I had to say
You
afterwards,
go to your boss. Don't say anything about it. Just go. Can I go home early? No. God damn it!
I tried. I did try it too.
Really?
Yeah, I tried to get somebody to come in and cover and go home. Big boss was GM at the time.
Oh,
and so I called him up. He had already been drinking that night, and so he wasn't going to be able to come in. And he's like, "Hey man, just tough. I'm sorry that happened. Just tough it out. Just get through it. You got
you
this."
actually told him what happened.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And anytime that I've ever had something like a relationship that sprung up in the workplace, I was always
he was a good
transparent.
Boss. He was a good boss, man.
Well, and I was transparent about it because if something happened, I didn't want to be.
Oh yeah,
fucked over.
cover your bases. Yeah.
So, but yeah, he it did not. I'll tell you, it was so bad. One of our drivers that had been there for forever was closing with me that night. He thought I was on drugs.
Yeah.
I was that bad off. I was just completely disassociating.
Red eyes, puffy nose, staring off
trying
the
not
wall.
to cry into the pepperoni. You know,
That's actually kind of shocking as someone who's known you for this long.
Yeah, it was a bad one. It was real rough. But
Nah, see, she broke up with me. Oh yeah, we were going to a house party, and I was going to meet her there. And I get there early, and they come walking up together, and they didn't even see me. They were all over each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting there going, now, mind you, by the time I was 14, I was pretty dangerous. I was whooping ass every chance I got. My first instinct was like, beat the crap out of this guy. But then my second notion was, nothing that's being done to her is against her will. This is what she wants.
Yeah.
And she's slobbering all over this guy.
He might not even have known. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Good many times. Okay, good many times they do. You know what I mean? But there might be. I've seen that a few times where it's like, you know, I've seen a few videos where a dude walks in and is like, "Get the fuck out of my house," and he's like, "Bro, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I had no idea. She didn't tell me nothing about anybody being here. I'm out. My bad." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, here's the problem. She got with me when she was with somebody else. So I picked up this girl from a boyfriend that she was dating currently, and I stole her from him. At least that's how I thought of it. So I thought that was like a big G move. And then when it was done to me, I was like, holy crap, I'm the other guy now. I'm like,
now I know how that feels.
yeah, that messed me up so bad. So I just basically walked away. I walked away. And then she saw me, and she started calling after me, and then killer mode just kind of clicked in, and I was ready to beat everybody up. I didn't care who. I didn't care what gender. You're all gonna die. And then my best friend had grabbed me and they literally body tackled me. Let's go. Yeah, so I ended up going home, and I'm sitting there crying like a woman. I'm just sitting there, how can you do this to me? Daddy! You know, like just screaming at the top of my lungs. Just losing my mind. Like, con! And I get home, and I'm sitting there just all pumped up, and then my dad comes in. And you guys know the rest. The slap.
I don't think I've ever done that.
No, just never been that tore up over something.
I've never cried over it.
I cried over her.
Like, you've seen me get, like,
yeah, you're
vicious
definitely more.
about
I would say
it.
you're more of the anger over sadness.
But,
type.
like, I don't think I ever have.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Well, I mean, and also to be fair, like you said, you were usually the one choosing to end it, and and when you did choose to do so, it was usually because of something dumb that they did.
You did see that one because I was like, yeah, you need to come get her shit.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 women that I've been with, like profiled as with, my first, well, I mean, there's plenty of women that I thought
the one you would consider a serious relationship.
Yeah, not even the ones that I thought was going to be something, and I would say like, yeah, we pretty much dated, but like not in terms. But they weren't. They didn't have no intention of dating. They were just like, hey, he's got a ride. He gets nice weed. He's got money. You know what I mean? He's got $20 every time he comes. You know, but out of the 4 women that I actually dated, we put a term on it.
That was your grandmother. What did just make sure if you're going out with a girl, you take $20 with you. Get you a couple lemonades.
As I left the funeral home, she was like, you know, you got gas or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I got gas, Graham. I'm good. You know what I mean? She's like, here. Take a 50. I'm like, no, Graham, you don't need to do that.
My grandmother was good for that.
My mom's like that now. She's just like, every time I'm over there, it's like, you got gas, you got cigarettes, you got food in the pantry. Here's a bag full of stuff that's just been sitting in the pantry for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Aside from giving me food, my parents could give a flying fuck if I had gas or gas money.
The first one, which the first one's always, you know what I mean. And it wasn't too bad. It was like a day, you know. And then the one where I was with 7 years. That one was the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I was fucked up when it was the first one. Because, like, I ended that one, and she didn't realize it for, like, 3 weeks. She called me 3 weeks later. She's like, are we still together? And I'm like, no.
No, bitch.
And we ended up being friends for as long as you've known.
Huh?
That's the weird part about it.
I can't do that.
No?
This one wants to do it now.
I don't recommend it.
No, I will not. No, any of them. I can't do that. And I was like, she's like, why not? This is before. You know, this is when one of the millionth time we broke up. She was like, I want to be friends still. I was like, no. She's like, why not? I was like, I can't be friends with somebody that I still love.
I mean, at least you're honest about it.
Plain and simple.
Still.
Yeah, no. I can't see you get flirted with by somebody because then I want to knock their socks off. Or I'm not going to see you be happy with someone else because this is going to upset me. At this point now, it is what the fuck ever.
No, because when you sleep, I want to take a big giant iron pan and hit you over the freaking head. That's what I want.
Jesus.
So no. No.
So I was with okay, cool. You want to come over and play some Mortal Kombat later? No? Okay, well then damn, looks like my schedule's kind of full.
Yeah, right. No, and
I'm going home and playing some Mortal Kombat.
Talking about who would you go for advice. I never had really men in my sorry folks, getting off of the sickness.
Everybody getting sick.
Yeah, I know. Just the snivellies at this point, a little congested. But going to somebody, I never really had a father figure. Like I said, my dad. You know,
we know.
Yeah.
Instantly brought down the mood for me.
It is painfully obvious. Dad really wasn't there, and I had my pap, but you know he was so old. He was good advice and whatnot. It was a lot of women. You know, you'd have a lot of.
I mean, to be honest, you make do with what you have.
You really do. My grandmother. The wisest woman I've ever met, wisest person I've ever met. And she tells, I went through these things and I don't want to see someone else go through them. I don't care if you're my grandson, my son, my whatever. I don't want to see you anybody go through them because I've already experienced that and I don't want to see anybody else do that. She gives really good advice. And so does my mother. Those are my go-to people I need to talk to. My grandmother, comforting, supportive. Mother is very supportive. She is so fucking blunt. So blunt. Oh my god. I don't necessarily like going to my mother only because I love you to death, Mom. Only because she is completely blunt and she won't sugarcoat it. And I like a little sugar on it.
Feeling.
I like a little sugar on the sour.
Nope.
I don't like the full sour. And sometimes you need that. And sometimes I know that. Sometimes I know
you're in the wrong crowd for that.
Sometimes I go, hey, Grandma ain't a good one for this one.
Wow.
I need to get it thrown in my face. And I'll go to my mother. And I mean this in the most respectful way. She both wise women.
And shout out to Mama Jolly.
Yeah, Mama Jolly. She don't fuck around. She'll tell you. You know what I mean? On the way here. You know what I mean?
This reminds me of that Dr. Phil thing. I'm not going to sugarcoat it because you'll try to eat that too.
I think her exact words were, "Be done with this bitch." Straight up. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. 2?
I would just take one.
A 1? Okay. And go ahead.
I don't know, man. I gotta say that. You got the way you describe Mama Jolly seems to be like the mannish woman on the planet right now.
She really is.
She had to step up into both roles.
Because most women, they'll coddle you and coddle you and coddle you until you're just a woman with a penis.
Yeah.
Crying at the first indication, won't stand up for yourself, whine and cry over every insult, real or imagined.
Yeah.
Conflict resolution instead of just hitting somebody and being done with it.
I'm gonna say something. It's gonna be a little bit, maybe a little hot water. We can cut this out if it gets too extreme. Not too extreme. No. We were
all the time.
Look at that. Well, we gotta get out of here, folks. So you were talking about was Big Smoke's your daughter? Was she comfortable coming to you? That is a main thing that I see a trend nowadays with. I'm not going to say what goes on or what that, because that is pretty, hot water. But stuff happens. People get hurt. Mass people get hurt. Or something happens where this individual does something to themselves that's irreversible. And you get in the news, the mother or the dad or the family, we had no idea. Oh my God. Like, this is insane. I don't care in what situation, unless they're a mime. There's indicators, and for someone, a child, to not be comfortable enough to come to the person that birthed them and tell them anything, like you said, she can come to you. And I love that, because I feel like so many more. It's like, hey, why don't you go to your dad about? I never do that. What about your mother? No, hell no, I wouldn't do that. That's the problem. You need to make sure your kids understand. I don't care what it is. I do not care what it is. I love and care about you. We will figure it out.
Well, that's the thing. There are families that do that, and I'm currently in the midst of one. Mm-hmm. And no matter the amount of reassurance that you give or the understanding that you think you are instilling, it doesn't change, like,
the situation.
Yeah, like, I could, go over to my house now, talk to my dad. There are still things that my closest friends know about me that they have no knowledge of about me.
Yeah.
Until now.
I honestly have weighed the pros and cons of being that open about myself and what I've been through and done.
Now, not to get into it, why wouldn't you tell your dad? In a brief, not bringing it out, just why wouldn't you? Are you
I think at
scared
this
or
point,
embarrassed?
No, it's neither, to be honest. I think at this point and it's the same thing with my grandmother who just passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There are things that
yes.
she didn't know that I would be afraid would shatter that image that they have. Is that thing?
I get it. There's things I've done that only two women in my life know, which would be ex-fiance and my grandmother.
Because, even with saying that now, because I know that they listen to some of these episodes, and I don't know how far along until they get to this one, but, even if they know that I do hold things internally that I never told them, I still probably never will.
Some battles need to be held. You need to handle. You know what I mean? And I do get that, and that makes sense. I don't know when you feel like you want to do something to yourself like that, and there's things I don't know if it's involving that.
Well, even not necessarily to that extreme.
Just you want to do something to somebody, or you want to do something to yourself. Like I said, that's irreversible. I'm not going to say the word. That's irreversible.
No, I get that, but it doesn't even have to get to that point.
Yeah.
My very strong point is very similar to a meme I keep saying of I go to my doctor and they ask me how much pain am I in, and I say, the usual amount. And the doctor says, the usual amount is 0. And, it's steady constant, 1 or 2 most days,
Yeah.
That's how mental health can be, too. It's not always just, I'm either happy all the time or ready to, go down that silly slide. It's...
Okay.
I was wondering who was going to say it.
I guess what I was... Go ahead.
But there is that range. And so, even just having that steady low-level hum of, mental health issue of just not being in a good place.
I should specify. Everything doesn't need to be said. If you're strong enough and you can handle it, and it's something that you need to handle yourself and and you're not going to go out and do something irreversible to somebody or yourself, handle it. But if you feel like it's getting too far, you need to talk to somebody. You need to feel comfortable enough to talk to somebody. I'm talking about where it's something that, like I said, you're going to the point where something's going to break. Something's going to happen. And I see it so many times where it's these parents, and then sometimes there might be coincidences or something happened. There was one a while back, a couple years ago now, and something happened, and she bought him a tool to do what he did. And they knew he was out there beating the fuck out of cats, stringing them up in his trees. And they were like, you know what? Let's buy this guy a squirt gun. really powerful squirt gun.
I love how we have to specify that part of it.
You can just say a gun, right?
Okay, I don't know what the truth is, but let's go buy this guy a gun.
We got a lot of interpretation going on in here.
I don't want to go to what's that THS or whatever the hell that's called, the terms of services. I don't want to. Yeah,
I'll handle that. And deal with that.
Okay. You handle that.
I can censor whatever the fuck I need to.
Yeah, I got you. That's just it's when I said if a battle and it's not putting you into a state where you feel like you need to do something with that. If you feel comfortable talking to somebody with that, don't do that. You know what I mean? Just be strong enough for yourself. And if it gets too far, please go to someone. But I feel like a lot of times parents make it impossible for people or kids or anything in general to come to them because, oh, you're nothing but a bitch. I mean, when we're talking afterwards, yeah, I might call you a bitch, but I don't want you not to come to me because you think I'm going to be downgrade you or belittle you. I want you to feel comfortable to come to me so we can figure it out. But yeah, you're being a little bit of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like you are. But we're gonna get through this. You know, you best damn believe.
To speak on this as someone who is in the father role currently.
Yes, but
I know that you are a father, Big Smoke, but yours are now full-grown adults, have their own lives going. So it's been probably some time since you've been in that position that I'm currently in with an 18-year-old.
Oh my!
I mean. Yes, as a father role, but I got tons of nieces and nephews who call me on the regular. So I'm still in that sphere of influence, but I understand what you're saying.
Gotcha.
Now it's more of a my when my kids call me, they're calling me as couples. Like my son-in-laws will call me and go, "Hey, what do I do?"
Yeah.
And here I am. Why are you looking at me like that?
Oh man, no. Well, yeah, I don't.
He was
please remember what
he's
you're gonna say.
He's laughing because I'm staring at you. No, took a picture of me.
This one's like find the angle. Giga Chad.
Is that what he's doing?
He did the Giga Chad. Like, look, he was like,
I was squinting at my phone because I can't see all that well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So yeah, I thought you was taking a selfie there. Well,
I took a selfie of me and him.
Yeah,
and I took a picture of you two.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, send that shit to me. And like, I'm like,
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Talking to my nieces and nephews and stuff, and
yeah,
like now they're older now, but yeah, when I got kids of friends who are calling me instead of their parents.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I mean, you have coworkers and friends also that are coming to you. Somewhat. I mean, they don't listen all the time, and then
no, they don't.
It gets frustrating. It gets frustrating, but like you do have.
Yeah, they really don't listen.
That's what I was getting at.
So I go, hey, look, this is all cool and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You need to talk to your dad or your mom about this. You should.
Yeah,
I mean, they're in a better position to handle this too. Well, I don't think they'll understand. You haven't given them a choice. You got
exactly.
You gotta talk to them. And look, I got certain feelings for you, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell your mom and dad as soon as you hang up.
Yeah.
So be a trooper. Talk to your mom and dad now before I do.
And that ain't being, whatever you call it, a snitch or whatever. That's looking out for them. You know what I mean? You want the yeah.
And they're pissed at me at first, and then they realize,
of course,
it's love. It's out of love.
In the beginning, it feels like a betrayal of the trust that they have for you.
Yeah. Then I get the call later, or I get the hug later.
Thank you.
I'm sorry I put you in that position. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
This is going to happen again the next time you call me. I mean, I love you, but this is what's going to happen. Same thing at work. God. Giving advice at work is terrible. I refuse to do it now.
You also don't like being just vented to either, because you're similar to me. You're very much a problem solver. There's a problem, fix it.
Well, remember I told you the last time. I said, okay, before we keep going, is this something you want solved, or you just need something to bounce it off?
I think you said that a couple of days to me. Yeah, a couple of days ago to me. And
which one is it? Because
because that gives you the opportunity to know how much to mentally invest into the conversation.
I was like both, a little bit of both.
Do I need to know the details? Do I need to know streets and addresses?
And why I specified there that I was sorry with what I was saying about like some of the coworkers don't listen. I'll be honest with you, and Big Smoke, I'm looking right at you. When you said you were like, I'm done talking to you about it. I'm done talking to you because you just don't listen. I'll be honest with you. It broke my heart a little bit because I was like, I don't want to put you in a situation where you feel like it is so frustrating because I do it too. I talk to people.
Okay, stop. This is why I did that. You know why? It forced you into a category where you weren't comfortable. Crap, I'm going to have to make a decision. Because you were bouncing back and forth. Yeah. And I was like, this is going on for a week. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm done. Figure it out.
Well, that makes sense.
You've got here's the information. You got all the information right in the cup of your hands. And you keep going, should I or shouldn't I? Should I? Damn, but this side looks really good.
Well, that's what came to a boil with our mutual person, why we don't speak anymore. Is I told him, you need to start working on yourself. Quit looking for people instead of focusing on yourself. You have nothing to give. You have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
And that just didn't jive. I was like, you just need to spend time for you. Make yourself seem appealing. Have something to offer.
I literally just gave
the other
the same advice.
Chief was like, what do you expect? Pretty much.
What do you bring to the table?
Yeah.
What do you need to work on yourself being happy. When you're happy, it'll just everything in life. I don't care if it's a relationship, what you want to do, your dreams, your hopes, whatever. It'll all fall into place once
just not all at the same time.
Yeah. You attract.
I have
the energy you put out.
I have my points where like I sway and I get a little weak. But like I said, I'm done everything. I really am. And it's not, I'm strong now. It's when someone's in the face. When the situation's in your face, you get all melty and you get all weak and whatchamacallit. As long as you're dissociated from the situation and not, depending
detached
on what
from,
it is, detached from, it's so much easier to be like, I'm done. You know what I mean? And Big Smoke, and that is like, you really did. You played that card and it made me choose. I need to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I need to quit. You know what I mean? And it did. And I appreciate this, obviously.
Your attitude definitely shifted after that. When everybody started going, miss me with that.
Well, I'll be honest. Even then, like I said, I'm talking, which I shouldn't even do that. You know what I mean? And like I said, I the other night I came to him and I said, I was like, the situation happened and it's a little weird and nothing's connected, but yet she's saying things that aren't true and then actions aren't showing that, and it doesn't affect me too much. It does affect me, but it shouldn't, because there's nothing there. It's done, and that's when now I'm like, like you said, there's two paths: pull the plunger on it or just do you. And I wanted to do you, and honestly, I'm kind of incorporating them both together. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna make myself happy. But honestly, that situation, you need to set up both the red and blue wire to it, and you need to go to a distance, and you need to hit the plunger on it. You really do. Like, it really.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting here the whole time. I'm like, the fuck does a toilet plunger have to do with this?
Yeah, no, like
then when you said the wires, I was like, wrong plunger.
Yeah, like the old,
You don't see that anymore.
Prospector, yeah. Are they actually called a plunger, or what is it?
Yeah, no, it's called a plunger.
Okay.
It's called a plunger.
I thought so.
Yeah, you're using the right thing. I was just sitting here like, the fuck?
Contextually, he was missing.
Yeah.
But so, this is a very great example. This whole past bit of conversation has been a great example of like one of the primary things that I go to for dealing with mental health when I hit low points, when I hit relationship troubles, or just feeling a certain kind of way about a thing. Uncertainty creeps in, or like right now dealing with seasonal depression. That increased feeling of isolation because it's cold out. People don't go outside as often. You're not seeing people.
Get a UV lamp.
Yeah, but dealing with certain no, you're not wrong. Trust me, I spent a year up in Alaska. UV lamps are great.
I see him in his bed with his shirt off, like one of them lizard lamps, sitting there like a lizard on a rock.
It's like a blue light. They call them happy lamps.
Looking like a
lamps.
I know, yeah, looking like
He's
a bearded
pulling
dragon.
the Jeff Goldblum pose.
Yeah, looking like a bearded dragon. two beats per minute.
Neck puffing now, but no. But being able to lean on friends and family and everything, for me, I have a lot of issues with intrusive and then repetitive thoughts, right? And if I don't either journal about it or get it out and vent it to somebody and feel heard about it, then it just sticks in there and just keeps cycling, spiraling. But the moment I mention it to somebody else, it externalizes the issue. I stop spiraling on it. So that is a strong method of coping with the kind of mental health issues I have. Dealing with depression in other ways, though, also a good point of circling around into how do you deal with it on your own. So I want to pass around the table here with you guys.
Don't start with me then.
What's a quick an easy go-to that you usually do whenever it comes to just kind of boosting the mood a little bit? your own mood, of course. Whoever wants to start?
No, for me. Well, I've been a lone wolf for a while now. So whenever I start feeling like, not feeling quite content or feeling, joy feelings, I'll just either go out.
Watch that movie again.
Yeah, I'll just go out and go bowling or throw darts. For a while, I was throwing the axe at this.
Seven Rangers?
Yeah, I was throwing the axe. I mean, I was getting real cathartic out of that.
What happened?
No, just got busy. Got busy.
That's fair.
I mean, come on. I was doing it, once a week for months. I was just getting out there for an hour, just throwing the axe. And I started getting that swivel good where I could just the right angle, boom. And of course, there was that cute-ass bartender. Man.
I know who you're talking. I go there often. I know who you're fucking talking about. She's bad, and I have the image of him getting so good at it, where he's just like, picks up the axe. She's over there wiping the table, looks over, just to look over and hear like, both axes in both hands, both in the bullseye,
without looking.
Not without looking. Yeah, keeping eye contact with her. So,
but I got really good at it. Just getting. Physical out there. Maybe another extra 20 minutes, pumping iron.
Mm-hmm.
Just get that little, that
little testosterone boost,
get that little,
little blood flowing.
Get that good Google juice in there and just get going.
I wish there was something that would be more. Now, does that fix it for good? Not good, but does that fix it for?
No, it's a temporary high, man.
I'll be honest. Then I understand. I'm laughing. Honestly, you know what I mean? When I laugh or we say things, it really, and I find it funny, I do forget there for a couple. I wish, with me in general, answer, laughter. You know what I mean? Laughing, having fun, camaraderie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's always nice to make you think. With me, with stuff like that, I can't. Grandma the other night, she's like, you just need to do what you want to do. And I told her, I don't know what I want to do. Like I said, I gave you one point to the cause. I can give you 50 points against the cause, but for some reason my brain cannot figure it. I just wish it would be like, okay, here's this plainly against, you know what I mean?
There's literally a term for this. It's fear of missing out.
FOMO.
I just don't,
FOMO, yeah.
FOMO. I just don't know why I cannot, and that's with a lot of things. I just can't make a decisive decision, even though the answer is right in fucking front of me. My brain will not. I'll just sit there and spin and spiral, thinking of this situation. Well, this guy would go here. I could trip a fall and land my eye on a spike or something. Like stupid shit that makes no sense. And I'm like, why am I going so far into this? Like, I have a big problem with that. That is where I can't personally fix myself, and that's where like I go to try to.
Jolly, let me ask you a quick question. I want you to really ponder on it for a minute. If you had a busted down car that was sitting in a junkyard, just completely totaled, no chance of salvaging it, certainly not yourself.
Yeah.
Would you keep paying insurance on it?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right there.
Yeah. And we finally come to tech.
Well, technically, I'd be fine with tech.
9. Sorry.
Oh, you want to go right ahead.
Well, I mean, so both of those guys brought up really good points. Jolly with when you said laughter, they'd say that emotional responses and reactions, they work both ways. So, like, if you fake a smile, it actually pumps the endorphins into you, makes you feel a little bit happier.
I can do other things, but the mind's still on it slightly. I could do things and have fun or go out and do whatever. My mind's still slightly on it, but I will be honest, when I laugh, and I've noticed this recently really heavily, I'll laugh and everything will go away. Mm-hmm. Like everything. And I mean everything and all. Well, then, of course, when I stop laughing, I'm like, oh. You know what I mean? But at first, it's like, wow. You know what I mean? Just that right there made me feel so good. Of course, it's laughter. You're having fun. You know what I mean? I just don't know why it was such an epiphany to me that recently, like, it was like, it's laughter. Yeah. It's laughter.
See, and similarly, I like to. Lately, I've been watching a lot of like group podcasts and stuff where they're having. It's usually a lot of like actual play stuff where they're sitting at a table playing a game and they're all sitting there, they're laughing, they're joking, they're having a good time and stuff, and that is infectious. It's like I'm sitting there listening to it and it feels like you're in the room. Kind of very similar to how we built this.
Yes.
I mean, that's how we built this up, was for the same reason.
Well, which is why I wanted to join it.
Yeah. So like it's if you guys are out there feeling isolated and depressed,
I will say
put on Nightwatch Podcast.
Yes. I will
nice
say
plug.
This does really make me forget a lot of things. You know what I mean? We're in this room, you don't think about it. And I'll be honest, you just said that. Those are the same kind of like podcast thingamajigs that you said the other night. It sounds like you're not cup of tea when I showed you that shit and made fun of what I was watching. Because it sounds like a whole lot like that.
No, it's because the stuff you're talking about, one, they were watching AI generated videos, which
they were doing wrestling. So they were putting them in a wrestling, and I figured it out. They were making a whole 10-minute wrestling match with just AI by putting prompts in and then getting this full picture and was going to do it. But no, I'm watching it and I was like, this is what I think like we're going to be one day, is we're going to have the video cameras. We're all going to be sitting at a huge table. Jolly's always on the left. Tech's always on the right, and you two are in the middle, you know what I mean, and whatever, and we're gonna watch videos they do a bunch of stuff. They do video game stuff, they do this and that, and I showed him that, and I was like, this is what I hope we're gonna be one day, and he was like,
that's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever seen.
That shit looks lame. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. That's okay. That did affect me. Like 10 minutes after, I'm like, it really upset me that you said that.
Listen, man, we're not YouTubers.
No, and I took it as a joke. You know what I mean? It was a bunch of YouTube. It's pretty much like us.
Yeah, well, so I mean, they were doing the streamer thing, right? And this is more of we are a podcast that is primarily on YouTube.
Right now, it's podcast, yeah.
Yeah, but I do plan on doing future video content and everything. That's kind of similar. We may do streaming content with video games and stuff later on. We'll see how it all develops.
Honestly, a lot of like somewhat video games, but honestly, like when what is that? Where like EA brings out like the whole, this is what this year's bringing. They'll pop that on live, you know what I mean, and go through it, and you know what I mean. And when a game comes out that everybody's all hyped about, they're like, "Oh man, like fucking Destiny 3's coming out," you know what I mean, or fucking
is Destiny 3 coming out?
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry.
don't lie to people.
I'm sorry. I love Destiny's really fucking.
Ears are perking up. What?
Well, first off, that'd be awesome. But second off, you can't just be like lying to people.
I'm sorry. I was just, that was a metaphor.
That's when we get that hate mail. Like, you said Destiny 3 was coming out.
You should do hashtag Destiny 3.
Hashtag Destiny 3.
Hashtag
getting the tags.
Real hashtag.
Because people would just tune into because you said that.
Okay. Back to the show. Come on.
Talk about quick mental health fixes. Pet a dog or a cat.
Puppies.
But remember, you had to take care of it.
Why do you
why
do you have little cocaine pieces on you?
Dirty little mutt, man.
Okay.
Bony, dirty little mutt.
Yeah, he is bony. You wouldn't be nothing. We couldn't cook you up in a I'm telling my dog Speckles, she is beefy. I'm telling you what. I tell her all the time. I said,
time's come and I'm going to be fed for at least 2 days.
I said, you throw her on a spit.
You look tasty.
You throw her on a spit. She's probably got so much grease on her. Just put a little thing underneath and then lather that grease up on her.
We ain't in Korea, man. Yo, eat dogs.
Nah, I never would. I just joked with her, and she's so happy. She's looking at me like, "Yeah."
Somebody had taken that. There was a PETA billboard that had gone up. It's like, where it was showing all these different animals and everything, and on the end was like a cat and dog. It's like, where do you draw the line of what's a pet and what's food? And then somebody just like put a line like right here. And then somebody else went further, and it's like up to this point, and then if it's post-apocalyptic, then it kind of extends in a little bit.
You got categories.
But yeah, no. So the actual play podcast for me was a big thing. When I was a driver for a few years, I was in my car alone with my thoughts for a lot of times, and I'd put on Critical Role or something similar, and just listen to people laughing, joking, having a good time, and everything, and feeling like you're in the room with them. That kind of tricks that part of your brain. That's also that parasocial bonding thing that people do with a lot of YouTuber content and stuff like that. But that's more from just being too screen obsessed.
Have you? Never mind.
But so we just kind of picking up the what's that thing they use in the relay races? The baton. Yeah, we're picking up the baton on our end here and trying to hopefully help some others with the same thing. It was one of my big intentions with this podcast. So Tech, what, you got even a little one?
Oh, I get to ruin all the happy go joy now?
I'm sure you got something.
Honestly, I don't. I can't even say that I genuinely disassociate from it. I don't have a coping mechanism. I don't have a solution. even listening to what y'all do. No, not at all. Not even in the slightest.
I
don't pick up some weights, play a game.
No, nothing makes it go away.
I am not surprised. He's like a stone brick.
Like
he's a true stoic.
I'm not doubting it 1 minute.
Well, I will say, like, it's very fleeting. This is the only thing that will take it away for the whole time. But like I said, as soon as you'd be like, yeah.
Well, you also got to watch out for dopamine drops,
Bob's
too.
your uncle or whatever, and I'll go, oh. and then as soon as that happens, it drops. You know, it's that fast, but there is a very brief window where the laughing just cuts it off or whatever.
Honestly, I don't know how healthy it is, but I'd say a majority of my depression has been pushed to the side just out of sheer busyness. I'm just keeping myself too busy to feel things.
They say that a lot. Do you do that? Yeah.
If I wanted to be honest about it, even being busy doesn't... It's like... I would say it's like an itch that doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Or like a pull. And I would say that if I had to pick somewhere, it's like a pull in my chest that's always there. It's like a hole that's always there. And I mean, I've tried medication at this point, which was a new experience for me, and all that did was just turned the, I wouldn't even say necessarily the sadness of it all. It turned the feeling into frustration and anger, which was starting to slowly creep into my job.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't risk this, let alone, because like at home with the family, it didn't manifest all the time, but it was always there, and it's still always there. I mean, I wake up some days and it's there, but it's just in the background. But then the moment something happens, or even the stupidest fucking thing, it immediately comes to the forefront, and it just doesn't stop.
Also, admonishment, Big Smoke, playing around on your Candy Crush.
Yeah, no Candy Crush. All right.
Or at the very least, mute your phone, silence your
Also,
phone.
that was?
Yeah, he's just over there digging away.
I honestly didn't realize that's what it was.
Hey, when my kids text me, that's a big deal. So
hey, by all means, be there for your kids on your own time. No.
But I would honestly say, as being a new father to this game, more or less, being able to teach my son the things that I deal with and experience and the problems that I deal with on a daily basis, because I'm very open with him, probably a little more so than I probably should be as his dad.
Do you feel like he's more open with you because you are open with him?
100%. There are things that I know that go on for him that his mom doesn't.
I always hated well, why can't I do this? Because I told you so.
Oh, I
hated that. And I was like, and I've said it when I was young. I was even like, they'd say that I walk in the other room. I was like, if they just tell me, I'd understand. Like, no, we don't have money right now. No, we're going to do this first, and then we're going to do that. If you just
never want
to, which I mean, some kids are, you can't. They're just, you know what I mean. They're bullheaded, and you're not gonna.
Did you still hear that?
Yeah, put on a vibrate.
You're not gonna get through to them. But I said with me in general, like I said, I hated that because I told you so.
Yeah,
if you just be honest, I would be more understanding.
So I played the pseudo stepdad role for about 5 years, right? And I gotta say, there is nothing worse than that feeling of like, no, we can't stop at McDonald's because I've only got $2 in my pocket right now, and that's gonna last the rest of this week. You know, it's more of a, you know, sometimes it is a little bit easier, at least for me it was, to just be like, you know, no, we got food at home. I already got a meal planned out. We're gonna cook up and everything.
Well, that's even an excuse. That's even an excuse. No excuse. That is even a reason right there. No. I picked some stuff out for dinner already. We're gonna do like tacos and stuff. That sound good, buddy?
Well, what's even better than just that is the straight truth to the matter. That's the approach that I used.
The kids I was helping out with, they were very young. They wouldn't have understood. I mean, we're talking about single digits.
Understanding or not, when I was a kid,
3, 4, 5.
When I was a kid, we had a couple families in the neighborhood who were supposedly well off, or more well off than the rest of the people in the neighborhood, and they come outside and they got McDonald's, or they got Burger King, or they got KFC, and then the rest of us are just sitting there watching them getting all greasy faced, eating all this stuff. And my mom, she wouldn't do that. She would, you know, if we were going to have hamburgers and French fries, she would get there and she'd cut the potatoes right there.
I'd prefer that. Oh, yeah.
Or she'd get the beef out and she'd be sitting there beating the beef up, and then she'd make the hamburgers and stuff. And honestly, that stuff was good.
Yeah, you don't realize it.
It was a hell of a lot bigger than that little freaking McNugget burger that they used to have.
It sucks you don't really truly appreciate it until later on. You know what I mean? And some people, they don't even get the chance to
Look,
really express that.
Yeah, my mom told us straight up, we can't afford that right now. She just came out the pocket and said, now, of course, my mom and dad were always building up for that, because then my dad retired Navy. And then he went to work basically for the same company that was working for them when he was in the Navy. And so he was doing the same job in the private sector that he was doing in the Navy. And then my mom started her own babysitting business. Mm-hmm. And like I said, suddenly we were able to go to KFC or McDonald's at the end of the week or something. It was only like on Sunday, but we still ate, at home every night.
Yeah.
It was dinner time at the table, and
which that's an underappreciated thing in and of itself too.
And I don't do that myself because I don't have anybody to experience it with. But when you have like a significant other or you have a family, I feel like personally I would do that every single time over going to McDonald's or whatever. Because I'm like, why am I going to do this all up just for me? I like good food, but I'm a goblin. I can eat anything. I really can. Like, I could find a toadstool.
Not a goblin, a goblin.
A gobbler. I mean, I could find a toadstool. You know what I mean, underneath a tree, and be like, that fucking thing looks good.
He's out back eating the moss.
Chewing on that tree.
Sorting it by taste.
Well, yeah. I mean, every day at 5:30, we were at home.
So that's the thing, right? Like, in my family, after a while, we got rid of the dinner table, but we would all still be sitting in the living room watching something and plates in our lap thing, you know? So, like, the family meals were nice, but I've seen the kids that got spoiled on the Mickey D's or the Wendy's or the Burger King every day, and they come home, they get passed a bag, and they fuck off to their room. And then those are the ones that are, not talking to their parents about shit, doing drugs on the side, fucking disappearing around, running the streets in the middle of the night, fucking up Walmarts at, 2 a.m.
How could you do that?
It's fucking terrible. Just complete degenerates.
I was talking about you.
Did you fuck up Walmarts at 2
He
I
did.
didn't fuck them up, but I actually did get stopped by the cops one time because... So me and a buddy of mine were out in the middle of a Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. because there's fucking nothing else to do in this town.
Oh boy!
And like literally, we were just hanging out. We went inside. We bought snacks and shit. Like we were being good kids.
And then went right back out to the parking lot and chilled out.
And we were just hanging out in the car, smoking a couple of cigarettes, eating some fucking Funyuns and Cheetos and shit. Like we weren't even smoking weed or anything. We were doing nothing.
My neighborhood was too dangerous to do stuff like that. Everybody had like. The core friends that I had, we all went to one dude's house and we played Atari or we played Nintendo at that house because it was a danger zone going from your house to your friend's house if it was late at night.
Okay. Pause this story only because we're getting real late into this one, and I think this is going to be actually a pretty decent topic for the next episode. So
we shall continue.
But just to quickly wrap up what I was saying, cops showed up because somebody reported that some kids that went in bought up Nerf guns and were going to shoot up the Walmart with Nerf guns. Yeah. So they came out. So the cops showed up, saw us hanging out in the parking lot
with guns.
No, we didn't have any. No guns, no Nerf guns. Nothing.
What looked like a gun?
What is that?
We had actual guns.
What are they calling out? The Glock switches or whatever. Where they put the switch on, the thing on the Glock. It makes it automatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so, anyways, coping with mental health and camping can be a good one. a good one. Get out in nature. Jesus Christ! So all the way back to the beginning, man. That's what everybody was sticking around waiting for.
That would be my second thing too. To
get out in nature
is that nature. Some of the
grass.
views. Yeah, I heard that term the other day. They were like, if you don't like my opinion, go touch grass. I was like, I haven't fucking heard that term in so long.
Just go smell some trees or something. Go lick some toadstools,
go eat some moss.
Yeah, go eat some moss.
Listen to the birds.
Go touch it.
But something about the actual green coloration.
Actually, don't
is
eat moss because you might not be able to. I thought about that for a second.
I think you can eat some mosses.
That when you have that like some in front of it,
you're definitely going to have to boil it.
Yeah, it's like eating kale or spinach. It's leafy green.
My gram says, all the time. She messages me and goes, look up at every morning, look up at the sky, look around, look up at the sun, and just think how beautiful that is. Because she honestly believes there's beauty in everything you look at, especially nature. But she was like, if that's the only thing you do today, that is by your will, you got to go to work, you got to do this, got to go do dishes. She was like, look up at the sky. Look at the clouds. Look how beautiful it is. Look how blue it is. Look at the sun and just enjoy it.
This is making me more depressed.
So that was a big one for me whenever I was doing the life coaching stuff was learning gratitudes. because it started off with, make a list of 10 things that you're grateful for
you
every
told me
morning.
about this.
And it had to be a different list every day. You couldn't repeat any. Well, first couple of days, first week or so, it's not too bad. I'm grateful for my friends. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for, a roof over my head. Grateful for a full belly. But then you start running out of the easy ones, and you got to start really digging. Like I'm grateful that, the organs don't have the sensation of itchiness. I'm grateful for, cellular structure so that my insides don't leak out to my outsides most of the time. I'm grateful for the sky being the color that it is, because that means it's diffusing the sun and I'm not dying of radiation poisoning.
This is the things that come to his mind, by the way.
You really got to dig deep.
I'm glad we have bones so we don't.
Yeah,
wiggle on the ground like worms. Yeah.
Could you imagine how awful this podcast would be if we were all just gelatinous skin creatures?
Or like those old PSA don't do drugs.
Yeah.
The girls all deflated on the couch. Just no bones.
Okay.
But my point being, though, whenever you build up these gratitudes and everything, and you start digging deep for these things, what that does is it's like exercising a muscle in your brain to start recognizing things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And you really do start building a greater sense of appreciation for everything. You start being able to see that beauty in a speck of dust floating in a sunbeam. Fucking.
But what if that's not your issue?
If that's not your issue, then obviously there are heavier things to consider as far as therapy, psychiatry, and in some cases, drugs are a necessary thing. Yeah, money is definitely a thing. But not having enough money can be a reason for depression too.
They got those dime store therapists now.
Yeah, nowadays you just go online.
I can get a free dime store therapist if I go and talk to Chief.
Look,
use your coworkers.
Doesn't mean it's gonna work.
Look, we had a manager who was
training to be a therapist.
Training to be a therapist, and it was funny. It's like
she's the most unempathetic person I'd ever fucking met.
And I was sitting there, and I'm cracking up because she goes, well, I think I might not be this good of a therapist. I'm like, well, see, you're already well versed.
Step one, you acknowledge the problem.
Yeah, you're already psychoanalyzing yourself. You're self-actualizing. Question is, what are you going to do about it? You keep saying you got this problem. What are you going to do? It's just all there is to it.
So that was our take on mental health.
Yeah,
that was.
I think we'll definitely revisit the topic at a later time. But that's I think that was a really good first touching of the topic.
That was a soup sandwich.
Yeah,
that was a soup sandwich.
Well, we went on the tangent of relationships again.
Is that good or bad? A soup sandwich?
It's bad.
Well, I will say
have you ever put soup on a sandwich? So the bread gets all soggy and falls apart, dissolves.
You ever had bread cereal?
Yeah.
I've dipped a sandwich in soup.
No, I know I should.
Do you put sugar on yours?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is it just like tore bread into milk?
Yeah. Yes, tore bread.
I have tried that once because I watched Old Yeller. And they did that. They did that, and then I was like, I wonder if it's gonna be good. No sugar, no nothing. And I did it, and was like, well, this fucking sucks.
White bread and 2% milk.
Yeah. This blows dicks.
It's poor man stuff. It's poor man stuff.
And then it didn't click for me at the time. Like, they're in like the 1700s. Like, no, none of that's
in Old Yeller.
Yeah, whatever that
is.
Earlier
than that, but yeah, it fills you up. That's the whole point. I mean, and the milk was whole milk. It wasn't 2% milk, so it fills you.
Yeah, I guess you all your basic minerals, nutrients, and grains,
that nice
everything.
Fat and liquid and freaking bread gives you that fat. Yeah,
if you're hungry.
But yeah, I will agree with you, Chief, that this was a good episode, and there's definitely more here that we could explore.
I'm still firmly in the soup.
No
sandwich.
one's gonna like what I have to say about it, but yeah,
I think it's more of an open face sandwich.
I mean, every time he says that, I just think of a bowl of soup and a sandwich that you dip it in. That sounds so fucking good.
No, that's a soup and sandwich combo.
I would say this is soup missing some ingredients.
Ideal.
It's like you're trying to hold a sandwich in a soup. Never mind. You gotta be there.
You gotta be there.
We'll make you a soup sandwich one of these days, and you'll understand.
So yeah, if you're hot, get down.
But all right, folks, we're gonna wrap it up there. Hit the socials, Nightwatch Podcast on Facebook. If you want to help support the channel financially, coffee page set up, ko-fi.com/Nightwatch Podcast, set up for one-time donations or continuous donations. Hit those like, comment, subscribe buttons.
Move your
That's
arm.
going to be it for this shift, folks. We'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
Time to empty out the mop bucket, run the trash, and hit the lights. Go get off my time clock, and be safe getting home.